You're starting a YouTube channel, but you don't know where to record your videos, what to use to record your videos, or what to use to edit. And maybe you're like me and you're used to the filters on Instagram and you don't want to part with them when it comes to YouTube. You're 49 years old. You don't want to show all of the face and all the lines. I get it. I got you. We'll talk about that too. Maybe you are worried about how complicated the editing is going to be. That was also me. I just knew how to edit really quickly on my phone for Reels and TikTok, but not so much YouTube. So I'm going to show you what I've been using, but we're also going to be using a brand new editing software today, and I haven't at this point even started, and we'll see if that's a viable option or if we should just stick with what I've been used to. Let's talk background. The number one rule when it comes to your background is it cannot be distracting. That means you don't want it noisy and you don't want it cluttered. Dirty laundry, dirty dishes, toys all over the room, gotta go. And you don't want things coming out of your head or being in awkward corners. Anything that's gonna make the person say, "What's that behind her?" That has to go. But with that said, you don't have to have this perfect studio background. You just need to find a place that you're comfortable in that is not distracting. I record in my kitchen, I record in my bathroom, I record in my living room, I've recorded in my den, oh, even in my closet. But it really depends on your niche. If you can go somewhere that's going to help you better explain what you're talking about, like if you're a realtor and you actually go to someone's house to explain how to show a house, that's going to be more beneficial to the person watching. But you don't need to worry about having this pristine house that's well lit, because if you did have to worry about that, I would be in a lot of trouble. I have a very dark house, which requires me to use lights, and we'll get to that in just a bit. I do like to have what I call a home base. My home base is in my laundry room. Oh yeah, I record my laundry room. And the reason you want a home base is because this is going to be the place that's the easiest for you to set up. It's the easiest for you to escape the noises and the other people in the house. It's just the one that you're gonna go to when you don't have time to think about where you're gonna go to record your video. This could be your kitchen table. This could be your office. It doesn't matter, but I think it's very helpful to have a designated spot where it's just your equipment lives there and it's the easiest place for you to set up and go. I've seen plenty of YouTubers who just record in their kitchen. They don't have anything specific behind them. They just make sure it's cleaned up behind them. You also don't want it to be a boring space. So you want something behind you. You don't want just a blank wall. Maybe a plant would be nice or some kind of a sign. But again, not too much, because then you will distract from you, and we don't want that. One other thing you can do is, if you really just don't like where you are and you want to have that home base but you don't know what the background is going to be, you can buy background fabrics on Amazon for less than 30 bucks. You could have a distressed brick look, you could have a fake office look. I don't do that. I don't think that's really necessary. Plus, I don't know where I would hang that thing, but a lot of people do it and it is a cheap alternative. I just sat down and checked my background and we've got problems going on. So this shadow of the tripod that I'm about to show you needs to be removed. I don't think you seeing all my Christmas cards still out is a really smart move, because that's distracting. Let me go clean this up and then we'll talk some more. Much better. Now let's talk cameras. This is the first thing you're gonna think of. Do I need to go buy a camera? Can I just use a phone? This is my iPhone 12 right here, and this is my Sony ZV E10. And the only reason I have my Sony ZV E10 is because I like the lighting of it. I like that I can exchange the lens on it. And here's my top secret. I like Sony's because they have what's called beauty mode. And all it does is it smooths out my skin a hair. Here, I'll take it off and you can see the difference. Here I am, no beauty mode, beauty mode. No beauty mode, beauty mode. It's not that big of a difference, but it's enough to help me feel more confident on camera. Everything else, I just have it in auto mode. Auto white balance, auto ISO, that's all, and it's automatically focusing on me as well. I just got a camera that was really easy to use. My first camera I started with was the Sony ZV-1, and that's a smaller camera than this one, but not much smaller. And the biggest difference is it's not one where you can change out the lens, therefore it crops you a little bit more. And I wanted to have a lens that gave me more room so that I have more options when it comes to editing. And so I'm not always super tight when I'm in small spaces like my car. I had a hard time getting me in the frame when I was recording in my car. It is more expensive to get the Sony ZV E10 over the Sony ZV E1 because you are buying a lens separately. And I'll have links for all of this stuff below in the description. You also want to make sure whatever camera you get has a flip out screen so that you can see yourself to make sure that you're lined up. You can check your background, but whatever you do, don't stare at yourself in the flip out screen because that is uber distracting. Wait, what if I talked to you like this the entire time and I kept looking over here? It looks like I'm not interested in you, I'm interested in me. Now let's talk microphones. Microphones don't have to be expensive. The one I'm wearing right now is the Boya microphone. It's a lav mic and it is tethered to my camera right now. And this is less than $20. It's got a ginormous cord that goes with it so that you can walk far, far away. But I personally really like not to be tethered to my phone, so that's why I invested in Rode microphones. This is the Rode Wireless Go, the first edition. I don't have the second one. This is the microphone. So you can clip this right here and wear it like that, although that's not that cute. So I normally put a lav mic in it, which would be a mic like this. I put that in it and I clip this on my waistband and then all you see is this. But when I don't have a mic and I just have this, something I like to do is just put it in my bra right there and it works just fine. This is going to be hooked to my camera when I'm using this or to my iPhone. You will need a different cord when you hook it to your iPhone or it won't work. Before I move to the next microphone, let's test this out. So right now I am on the Boya microphone, the one that's tethered to the camera. This is me with no microphone at all. I am strictly going with the in-camera microphone right now. I'm now placing the wireless in my bra like so. This is me on the Rode Wireless Go. This is also same brand, it's Rode, and it's called the Video Microphone, and it just attaches to the top of your camera, and then it comes with this, what's called a dead cat, to alleviate any extra noises or echoing, although we're in a very echoey kitchen, so it's probably still going to echo when I put this on the camera. Let's see. Now I'm recording with just the Rode video microphone on top of my camera. And I like this option because you don't have to wear anything. I mean, I'm still wearing this Boya microphone, but it's not plugged in. And yes, there are attachments for your phone if you want to use a microphone like this for your phone. Which brings me to my next piece of equipment. And I use this for my phone and my camera. This is the Joby size phone tripod. And it comes with this phone attachment that you're looking at that allows you to put a microphone on top of it so you don't have to wear a microphone but still have better quality sound when you're using your phone. I believe you need to have a selfie stick that turns into a tripod like the Joby size phone holder I showed you. And then you also want to have a tripod that's going to be high enough where you can use it while you're standing up. And that is the Amazon Basics tripod. This is a cheap tripod. For you professional photographers out there, I know that you are, this is not the answer for you. If you are really into photography and high-end equipment, don't buy the Amazon Basics tripod. It's less than $30. But this is what I have two of these and I love them. They're extremely lightweight, they're easy to pack, they're easy for me to take upstairs, and it's tall enough with my gooseneck phone holder that it goes above my eyes. And when you are recording, you want to make sure your camera is a smidge higher than eye level. You definitely don't want to be looking down at the camera, you want to be looking slightly above the camera, or you want the camera to be slightly above you. It's more flattering. And it just looks good. And that's why I have the Amazon Basics tripod. Let's get to the lighting now. You don't need lighting if you've got well-lit rooms. If you've got natural light coming through a window on your face, you're golden. But if you live in a home that was built in the 1970s with uber small windows, you're gonna need a light. Here are my go-to lights. I always use my stick light from Neewer. It is an LED light, so it's a little harsher, which is why I balance it with my softbox light called the Great Video Maker Softbox Light. Those are my go-to lights. One more tripod slash selfie stick I forgot to mention. This is by Joby. I use this a lot with my camera as well. So that's how I'm able to get walking shots and then also get video on my phone at the same time. I use my phone a lot for my B-roll shots. Welcome to my fancy editing suite where I have the lights I just mentioned, the tripod I mentioned, and the very dark room I also mentioned. So I try to find a really comfortable place when it comes to editing, which is my recliner, and then I use my 2017 iMac laptop, and I use a LaCie external hard drive. This is where I keep all of my video. I don't keep it on my computer because it would clog it up and the computer would be very angry. So I highly recommend you get a hard drive no matter what kind of editing software you're using. You want all your video files from your card. You want all those saved on this, not your computer. That way we free up the space on our computer and it's friendly and it likes us and it does things fast. Here's the part that's got me a little bit nervous. Today, I am going to try the CapCut video editor that is for laptops and desktops. I have used CapCut on my phone for TikToks and Reels for over a year, and I like it a lot, but I wanna see if I like it on my computer. My biggest concern is I won't be able to use my hard drive, and it's going to clog up my computer like we just talked about. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of editing, let me tell you what happened. Went in and I realized this is a whole new animal. It's not like it is on the phone. And while I want to learn how to use an editor like that, I would rather use Final Cut Pro because I've already purchased it and I know that it's got a great reputation for editing. But it's not time. This is what I've been trying to tell you this whole video. You're going to go through stages when it comes to YouTube, and you don't want to start in a stage that's going to hurt your growth. So you want to use the easiest equipment for you in the beginning. You want to use the easiest editing for you in the beginning, and you want to use the best template and batching style that is going to keep you consistent. And we can talk about that in another video. If you want me to talk about that, comment below. But what I use right now is iMovie. It is the free editing app that comes with any Apple product. And I like it because it's basic. It does the job. So I import my videos and then I put the B-roll on top of the videos. Then I will add my text. And I use the text inside iMovie, but I also go into Canva and I make animated graphics in there with a green screen background. And then when I import them into my project in iMovie, I simply choose the green screen effect to remove that background. So that's how you see me pop up phones, my titles, my tips, anything that you see pop up when I'm on the screen, that's because I did it in Canva. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button. I would really appreciate that. It helps the channel. And if you want to know the biggest mistakes to avoid when it comes to YouTube, watch this video right here. I walk you through all the mistakes I made that really hurt the growth of my channel. I also want to invite you to continue to join me on this journey because as I learn new things, I'll share them with you. But my goal for you right now is to make this fun and easy and simple. Simple is the best way if you want to stay consistent with YouTube. It is a marathon, it is not a sprint.